Well, welcome back to Andertons TV, everybody. Possibly the greatest intro we've ever done on a video. And yeah, Pete's on holiday, as you've probably realised. So I've been very kindly joined by Jamie Oldfield, aka Jamie
Hello.
Slays.
Hi everyone.
And it's no surprise that I had this idea that today we'd be doing videos of this guitar. So finding somebody on YouTube who could play Master of Puppets at the kind of speed that you did. Yes, it was an easy decision to make. We need Jamie. So welcome to Guildford.
Hello, thank you. It's my first time ever.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We're going to shoot some videos today. I don't know what order they're going to go out in, but if this isn't the first one, maybe you've seen Jamie on the channel before. And if this is the first one, maybe you'll see him again. But come on, why are you here?
How cool is this guitar?
What's the real star of this video?
The beautiful Warlock here. Stranger Things. Everyone who has been living under a rock would be the only people who don't know about this guitar. This is the Eddie Munson BC Rich Warlock. It's beautiful. It's even got the Hellfire Club on the back. It's got the Stranger Things decal on the back too. And it sounds awesome.
Well, we shall talk about this guitar in some more detail, and we'll talk about, this is the custom shop one. There's a regular production one as well that we can talk about a little bit. But Stranger Things, what was your favourite series of Stranger Things so far?
The most recent one was one of my favourite bits because of the Master of Puppets stuff. I remember watching the first volume and then seeing the trailer for the second one and was like, what song is that? Whatever it is, I need to learn it. And then obviously it was Master of Puppets, and I was like, I already know that song. But yeah, Eddie Munson's such a cool character. He's a metalhead from the 80s. He's got denim. He likes Iron Maiden. He's got really long hair and he's like an outsider. So yeah, for me that was awesome.
I kind of feel like sort of as it goes on, the series makes more sense in some sense and less sense in another.
Yeah, some of it I was a bit confused, like where did Vecna come from? There was no mention of him ever, but he kind of fits in. He's like the Freddy Krueger style.
I'm pretty sure that what happens in these things is that series one is infinitely more popular than they thought it would be, and all of a sudden somebody goes, we need to somehow work out how we can get 5 series out of this, and yes, it all goes a bit left field. But trust me, as a child, who is, was 14 in 1986, I kind of relate to Stranger Things, the characters, the clothing, the cars, the music, even just how they behave and stuff. They've so nailed it. But yes, as a guitar player, Series 4 has got to be the best series, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because one of the central characters plays guitar, saves the world through playing Master of Puppets. I mean, it's just like, and please, please, please let Eddie Munson be back in Series 5 and let the guitar save some more goodness. Anyway, why do you think the creators of Stranger Things chose a BC Rich guitar to be Eddie Munson's guitar?
I think it's because it literally looks like a weapon. Like, it's really sharp, pointy. It's called a Warlock, and obviously Dungeons and Dragons, there's a Warlock character, which is like a wizard, I guess. And this crackle finish has been around for a long time, and they must have just seen it or done some research on pointy metal guitars and went, well, that's brilliant. Like, for me as a kid as well, looking at this, my first instance with Slipknot with Mick Thompson, I just wanted it straight away because of the way it looked, and I think that is possibly why. I mean, look at the headstock, it's like an Excalibur style sword, and I think they just saw that and went, well, it has to be this. Like, there's nothing else it can really be.
I think visually speaking, if they'd have gone with a Super Strat, it would have had no impact. It could have just been anything from any era, whereas the Warlock BC Rich shape is so instantly identifiable and so intertwined with 80s metal culture. It just, a genius decision from the creators of Stranger Things. And what an unbelievable slice of good fortune for BC Rich as well, because it's allowed them to make 2 limited edition versions of that guitar. This one is a USA custom shop version. We'll go through the specs on that in a moment. This one, there's going to be 200 in the red crackle finish and 200 in the solid black finish, both of which are still available to pre-order from Andertons. So this one is from our first batch of 10 of the red crackle ones, which are all pre-sold, and we just basically borrowed this one to quickly do this video. In fact, what's the serial number of that one?
This is 57 of 200.
57, so if you get number 57, as I said, this is already sold, so somebody's going to get this one. If you get number 57, you got this one. There is another, there will be more batches of these coming through the rest of 2022. The standard model, which I think is limited to 2,000 rather than 200, but the standard model at $8.99, the red crackle one is all gone already. Wow. So we haven't even had one yet, and we've pre-sold every single one we can get. But there are some of the black ones left, but you're gonna have to be super fast because it's $8.99. It's obviously selling crazy fast. You heard Jamie playing this in the intro. Pretty much as simple as it gets. Guitar, cable, 5150, microphone.
Sounded pretty big.
It was quite loud in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But that was it. No pedals, nothing for the effects loop. We've listened back to it. I don't think we're going to have to do any editing. It just sounds flipping awesome.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about the spec of the guitar, of the custom shop one in particular. So obviously the shape is an iconic Warlock shape. It's an alder body, and the red crackle finish again is a sort of iconic finish from that era. Maple neck with what they call a Shredzilla ultra slim contour for speed. Does it feel? It doesn't look like crazy thin.
It's not like Ibanez thin. I'd say it's in between like maybe a Fender and an Ibanez style. It's quite curved as well.
That's my favorite. Do you know what? That's my favorite. I don't like it when you go like Wizard thin. I find it's very difficult.
You can definitely
to adjust
grip onto it. Like it feels like a weapon, as we said.
I noticed we'll talk about a couple of other features of the neck in a minute, but it's a satin finish back of the neck, isn't it? So I guess that's a
quite
speed
smooth,
thing.
Though. Usually I've struggled with these in the past where you get sticky hands, but it's quite smooth actually, and we've been playing for an hour or so, and it's been alright.
It's an unusually short scale length. I've got to get my sort of BC Rich, sort of book out and sort of go, is this standard for BC Rich? But it's a 24 5/8 scale length, so it's actually even a teeny weeny bit shorter than a Gibson. Ebony board, 14-inch radius, so pretty flat radius, 24 frets, extra jumbo frets. For those of you that are interested, it is 1 11/16 inches wide at the nut. And I love the headstock design is the BC Rich Harpoon, right?
Yeah,
that's what you need.
Definitely pointy.
I guess the next thing that makes this kind of quite unique and different from lots of other guitars nowadays is that it's got the Kahler trem system on it.
Yeah.
Not many brands, most brands that went for that sort of floating trem system went with the Floyd Rose, but I do remember BC Rich always had a bit of a love affair with Kahler.
Yeah. I think Kerry King made sure that they were in like all of his guitars.
Yeah, he did,
because he loved them so much.
In fact, you were saying, I'm not super familiar with Kahler. I know I had a look on the internet as to how much a 2000 series Kahler system is on its own, and it was something like 750 quid just for the trem system, which is like, hello. Yeah. How does the Kahler sort of feel compared to a Floyd?
It feels quite nice actually. The hand rests in a nice place. It reminds me of when you get like a Fender style guitar. These bars remind me of Squire Showmasters, but it's one that stays in tune relatively well, because obviously it's got the double locking system. But I was surprised at how fluid it was doing dive bombs and stuff, and sometimes you have issues with having to retune them, but this retuning system is quite stable as well. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed that.
I know it's got a sort of little Allen key grub screw here, so you can lock the trem system down. But I'm with you. I kind of feel like these roller nuts here, and the
these
way
are quite easy to adjust.
Yeah, the way the strings go into the saddles here looks like it actually does look like a sort of a slightly
because you don't cut them off.
Yeah,
so
robust version of a Floyd. But hey, blooming expensive trem system on there. We have got Grover tuners, a dual action truss rod, and then now onto the pickups. We've got DiMarzio Super Distortion on the bridge and a DiMarzio Deactivator X at the neck with no coil taps, just 2 volumes and a tone. And it comes strung with D'Addario NYXL strings and in a rather lovely case that you guys saw at the beginning of this video with the Hellfire Club logo and everything like that. There are no left-handed ones. I apologize, left-handed people. What can I say? I mean, we do believe that the idea on this Kahler trem system is that the arm can either be screwed into this hole or this hole. So I suppose, conceivably speaking, You probably could buy a right-handed one, flip it, move the trem arm, and maybe it's sort of left-handed. But anyway, that's the custom shop one. I kind of feel like we might as well just do some tones of, you know, what does the bridge pickup sound like, the neck pickup, etc. Stylistically, I think we'll just stay in the heavy metal vein. Let me give you some volume. Filthy. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the standard series version of this. Same shape guitar based on the Warlock again, but you know, pretty much all of the detail is slightly different. So the standard one has BC Rich's own high gain humbuckers. It has a Floyd Rose trem system now rather than the Kahler, and comes with a gig bag. Other than that, though, in fairness, you know, they've mimicked the neck profile, the scale lengths, all, you know, pretty similar. It's a different country of origin, so custom shop stuff is coming out of USA, and the standard series is an Asian-made guitar. So, can we show them the back? I mean, that's kind of cool, right?
I love the Stranger Things like decal on the back plate, which is awesome.
Me too. I love how, I mean, how iconic has this become? Hellfire Club.
Yeah, matching t-shirt. Yeah, the logo is so cool. I like that they did that. Obviously didn't need to, but it's nice to, usually numbers are on the headstock, but it's nice that the whole back plate has got it on it.
I mean, awesome. 200 guitars, kind of, half of me thinks, oh, it sounds like quite a lot, and then the other half of me just thinks, what Stranger Things was the most successful, most watched thing on Netflix. You know, you're talking tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people watching this thing, and only 200 of you are going to get to own one of these guitars. I just think it's like, and that's the other thing as well, it is, you know, I get it, these are collector's guitars. What's going to happen is we're going to pre-sell everything that we're getting. They're going to go, half of them are then going to go straight onto eBay and sell for double what someone's paid, which I always think is immoral and wrong, and we always try and prevent people from buying more than one guitar each and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a collector's piece, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cool. I think they did a great thing both for the guitar community and the metal community, and the amount of people I've met recently, they've been like, oh, I want to learn Master of Puppets now, or I want to get a Warlock. You know, I always wanted a Warlock, and now more than ever, why wouldn't you want one of these hung up on your wall? It's pretty awesome. Well,
I think there's a good segue there. Please like and subscribe this channel, because one of the videos that's going to come up that I'm going to try and do with Jamie today, provided we get time, is I think Jamie should try and teach me a little bit of Master of Puppets. Particularly, you know, I roughly-ish know the basic riff, but I can't do the down picking and everything like that. But we'll talk about it, and we'll also talk about Jamie's kind of love affair with James Hetfield and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, look, for now, links will be below to whatever we have left to sell of these amazing Stranger Things guitars. So thank you, Eddie Munson. Thank you, Jamie Slays.
Thanks for having me.
Again, go follow Jamie on YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of stuff as well. You'll enjoy watching his channel. But that's it. Au revoir. See you in the upside down.